looking at now another expressway shooting in Chicago. The bullets claiming the lives of 3 people, including a baby. CBS 2's Tara Molina is live at Comer Children's Hospital. Tara, Illinois State Police are staying tight-lipped today.
Erica, they sure are. They've been tight-lipped really from the very beginning on this. We've been checking in with them throughout the day, but very little information released officially on this so far. We do know that a 3rd child was injured and rushed here to Comer Children's Hospital. We don't know much about their injuries, though. Just after 10:30 on Interstate 57 Sunday night, shots fired at a white SUV with 6 people inside. The driver was able to get off the expressway, stopping near the 111th exit ramp.
You can see the glass.
Pastor Donovan Price was at the scene last night.
First of all, it was utter chaos.
3 people hurt, 3 killed. A 19-year-old man, Nasser Hall, a 1-year-old baby girl, Amara Hall, and a 13-year-old boy, William Smith. One of those injured, a child rushed to Comer Children's. We believe a woman was rushed to Chicago, but with Illinois State Police sharing very little information, we don't know much about those who were hurt.
You know, now we're still unsure about information.
How did it start? Was this targeted? Pastor Price said quite a bit is being floated when it comes to answering those questions, but
road rage and that type of thing. But you only those who are there really know what was going on.
He's working with the family of the 13-year-old boy killed in the shooting.
Of course, her mom is barely able to speak at this time. She's devastated, probably still in shock and still wondering how this all happened. She wasn't in the car, I don't believe, and so you know, she basically gets a call and then goes and runs to the hospital to find out the worst.
Spokespeople for Comer Children's Hospital told me they can't share any more information on this with us right now, but we're actively working to learn more about the relationship between the 6 people in that car, what led up to all of this, and more. We'll continue to check in with ISP and, of course, continue to bring you the very latest. Reporting live outside Comer Children's Hospital, I'm Tara Molina, CBS 2 News.
Tara, thank you.
Today is Tuesday, February 21st. The year is 2023. It's a beautiful morning. It's kind of dreary outside. Look like it might rain a little bit. It'll rain a little bit outside. I'm sitting here with these 2 bad doggies. I got one of them okay though. 2 bad dogs. This is Grayson. He's been running around all morning, literally running all morning long. And here is Ginger. Now they didn't knock my little light loose. They've been running and playing and running and playing. Move. I don't know. Anyway, you saw that news report I just showed. 3 people were shot and killed while driving down the highway. 3 teenagers, young kids, 13, 19. A little baby were killed in the Chicago area. You almost have to wonder why these type of drive-by shootings or highway road rage events. I mean, we're assuming the police are assuming it's a road rage event. I forgot to brush this beard. So more likely they were probably something happened on the highway. We've seen it in all these major cities, from Los Angeles to Chicago to Atlanta and various other urban areas where people have all these guns, and one minor traffic issue. Maybe the person cut them off. Maybe they're going too slow. Maybe they didn't see him. They were in the blind spot. And they grab up a gun and just shoot up these cars with innocent people in there. It's not happening in the country, only in these urban areas. This is why I keep asking black people why we so in love with these cities. Black folks are in love with urban cities for some odd reason. Horrible schools, terrible neighborhoods, food deserts, bad environments. Let's not forget how the environment can be water, air. Living in urban cities, it ain't working for black folks. It's dangerous. Children's lives are at risk. You got all these issues taking place within the urban environments that black people that we live in, but we won't give them up. It's funny because I have a friend who was buying and renovating houses here in Atlanta. Gave up on this mess. He said it was too expensive and he started going out to the country, parts of the suburban areas of Macon, Georgia. He was finding these houses for little or nothing. I mean, peanuts. Abandoned for years. Purchasing them for the back taxes, renovating them, and putting the houses back on the market. Beautiful homes for the low 200s or right under 200. He's selling them like hotcakes. And he's predominantly selling to people who are moving away from urban areas who cannot afford these home prices and insurance and car insurance. Everything's outrageous now. And they're moving out into the country where these home prices are cheap, under $200,000 for 100% fully renovated houses, new plumbing, electric, and everything. He's doing a beautiful job at these houses. So far, he will make over $1 million in profit within 8 or 9 months that he has been doing these projects down there. And he can't find enough houses to renovate. As he finds them, he renovates them. And these are all home buyers, not corporations that are buying these houses. Black people, we have got to start looking in different environments to raise our children. You can't stay in these cities any longer. They're too expensive. There are no benefits to being in the city. Too dangerous. The school systems are terrible. Now look at the environment that your children are growing up in. Does this make sense? Who would want to continue down this path? Black people have got to we got to get back to our roots. My father grew up in the country in Mississippi. My mother grew up in the country in Alabama. They moved to Gary, Indiana, and that's where I was from. But now these urban cities, the experiences that we are having in these major cities, it's not working for us any longer. And we better begin rethinking where we want to put our roots down at, where we want to raise families, as those of you want families, where you want to raise children, where you want to have someplace safe for your family to live. And so many of you all no longer are working in so many companies have instituted work from home policies. Shit, everybody I know working from home. Very few people have been called back into the office. And a lot of offices, a lot of businesses have gotten rid of their office so you can work from home for whatever you're doing. Unless you've been working in a factory or something. But even then, there's so many jobs available in Georgia, out in the areas outside of Atlanta, that they're building all these car factories and electric cars, and there's so much work available in those parts. It's time to rethink the love affair that we are having with these cities, especially with gentrification making everything so damn expensive in the city. A home for $200,000, a mortgage payment on it, probably about $700-800, and your taxes should be relatively low out there. Your homeowner's insurance should be relatively low also. And a lot of these areas are there are tons of blacks living there. So you have about racist ways, they just do out in the country. These houses sit on acres and by themselves. And look, I know some of y'all don't want to give up your experiences in the city, especially, but as you all begin to marry, I guess y'all still do believe in marriage, don't you? I know y'all just haven't. We have a baby. Well, y'all done skipped the marriage part. I wouldn't want to raise a child in an urban environment. I just couldn't. Those 3 children who lost their lives on this highway due to a road rage event. I know that some of y'all, they were targeted. No, this was road rage, because I've had friends who've been killed here in Atlanta simply driving down the highway and somebody shot up their damn car. They weren't targeted, just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And here comes a mad, crazy person. I had another friend who lived. He was shot 6 or 7 times and amazingly survived. He was just driving down I-20, he minded his business. So, that story kind of struck me because, you know, the only way you're going to get out of Niggaville is to get out of these cities. And I'm not talking about move to Clayton County or Douglas County where everybody else, you got to go further, deeper out. There's so many places that you can go to. You know, you have all these kids getting shot in the city. You don't hear about this stuff happening out in the country in these schools. The schools are better. Way better than what you're dealing with in the inner city. The schools are better, the quality of life is better. There's so many positive things for those of you who want to raise children and have children. You better off in those children without children either. Now, for example, I'm out here, it's not really considered the country out here. It might as well be. These houses sit on this house sits on about 2 acres, very private. I kid you all not. Moving out here, some days I'm like, wow, I'll go outside and say, there's nobody out here. Yeah, good, anybody out here. It's quiet. You know, if you're not used to dealing with living someplace where there are no people walking by. Occasionally I do see some people walking by exercising. The neighbors might wave from a distance and I go back into the house. It's quiet out here for the most part. I mean, I haven't seen anything gonna happen out here, truth be told. The year that I've been here has been quiet as a mouse versus me coming down to Grant Park where all kinds of shit was going on. Car break-ins, packages stolen, shootings and killings. There were 3 killings right over there in the neighborhood I lived in. 3 young people were killed over there. Someone had, in the building that I lived in, the complex, there was a break-in where somebody shot out the glass in the window and then went in and broke into this unit, and they caught it all on film. These people had masks on and do all this stuff. They were trying to steal a package or something. Listen. If y'all want to continue to stay in these urban environments, then do so. But be prepared for what comes with it. Bunch of crazy people terrorizing the neighborhoods, in the highways, in the school system. Not an easy path. Y'all just, you know, I guess some of y'all need to just that whole story, when I saw it this morning, I wasn't going to even do a video about that. When I saw that, about these 3 young people killed on that highway in Chicago, I said, man, I mean, you're just driving down the highway. And I'm sure something happened on the highway where, you know, one of my cars, it has blind spots really bad. And because I've been driving the car over a year and a half now, I know that when I'm getting over left to right, I have to really, really look and make sure that there's nothing in, because it's a blind spot with this particular car. And I'm going to get over sometimes until I was there and didn't even realize that. So, yeah, I would hate to have been driving my own car and I accidentally went to go to the left hand or the right hand lane and didn't see the person, and the person grabbed the gun and up and start shooting. Some people are just riding around with their guns and stuff, and they can get away with it because they're on these highways and cars are moving and people, I mean, it's just starting to get ridiculous. However, like I said, you all have to figure out how you're going to escape from Niggaville so that your family don't end up like this family, this mother who's crying. All these people living in these urban areas as their children get shot and killed and murdered and home invasions and all kinds of stuff. At some point in time, you see, you might want something different for your life. You might want to move someplace else where you don't have to deal with this. Living in these urban cities, it is not working for black folks in this day and age. It just isn't. Too expensive, dangerous, food deserts in many cases. You all might want to start rethinking the type of life you want for your family and your children, particularly. But this is my thoughts and opinions after I've witnessed and seen so much crazy stuff going on. You know, I don't know what to tell people. You know, my nieces and nephews are living in some rough areas here in the city, and I'm like, y'all need to begin moving out. Y'all got these babies, they're young, the kids are young, get out of here. Go move further out. buying your home someplace out further from the city is way cheaper than y'all paying $15, $16, $17, $18, $19 in rent for something you don't own. Where you can go buy something and you can own it. And maybe you won't struggle so much to pay your bills and stuff. But again, people have to do with that. I don't have any children. Hadn't planned on having no children. Not gonna have no children. Never wanted to have no children. So, my little nieces and nephews got all these little, they're 20 and 30 now. They got all these kids. They can't even afford to buy a house in the city. They can't afford it. Shit, you just too damn high. They gotta move out. Pack up and go a little bit deeper. They'll find working jobs out in those areas and probably make more money out there. You can go someplace out there and make more money and less bills to pay. Sound like a winner to me. Yeah, you're not going to be close to no nightclub and hookah bars and all this other crazy shit black folks seem to love, strip joints and all this other shit. No, you won't be close to that. You better not go out there smoking no weed and driving around and doing drugs and acting damn fool, or you're going to find out in the country how they treat y'all motherfuckers out there. Go out there like you got some sense. But again, do what y'all want to do. I saw that report. I thought it was very interesting, that news report about the 3 people killed, those 3 young people killed. One was a little baby. I wouldn't want to live in an environment where I can't drive down the highway. When I tell you all, I avoid certain areas here in Atlanta like you wouldn't believe. Certain highway, I don't try to get on 285. I don't, unless I have to. I don't go through any of these urban jungles. I avoid these places like the plague now. The crime has just gotten out of crazy, and there's nobody to control because everybody has a gun. And everybody's just high and on drugs and acting a fool and drunk and just crazy shit. And they get mad, they grab up their guns and start using them. Well, anyway, that was a video I saw on the news, and I just wanted to share that with you all. I hear the rain coming down. Let me let these dogs in this house. They're about to get rained on. Anyway, today is Tuesday, February 21st, the year 2023. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I'll be back later to talk about some other stuff. Let me know. I look forward to reading you all. What do y'all think we need? Does it safer just to leave the urban cities and go a little bit further out to the country where the housing is cheaper and safer? Let me know about the pour down raining. All right, I'm out.